Now available from HS Video Productions. Take 'em. Take 'em chronicles a full season of waterfowl hunting with world champion and champion of champions duck caller Buck Gardner. Take 'em includes exciting hunts and championship calling techniques. Ask for it by name. Take 'em, available right now. Coming this spring, the newest video with the HS Strut Pro staff. Cuttin' and Struttin' Volume 4. Join the best team of turkey hunters ever as they travel from one corner of the nation to the other. It's a coast-to-coast turkey hunt. Cuttin' and Struttin' 4, coming this spring from HS Video Productions. Also this spring, the most realistic owl call available, Palmer's Hoot Tube from HS Strut. Now you can have the same owl call that has consistently won national awards. This spring, locate those turkeys with a Palmer Hoot Tube, available this spring from HS Strut.
There's a buck. Come on, big boy, come on, come on.
Stay calm, he's a good deer. There's a buck right over there. He's coming in the field over there.
Oh man, it's just cardiac arrest.
It's prime time. The time of year when whitetail hunters feel butterflies in their stomach and a pounding in their chest. When bows, guns, and hunters are tuned to the edge. This is PrimeTime Bucks Volume 3 with the Hunters Specialties Pro staff. Bob Foulkrod of Troy, Pennsylvania. Greg Miller of Bloomer, Wisconsin. Tom Miranda of Englewood, Florida. Steve Puppy of Red Wing, Minnesota. Alex Rutledge of Birch Tree, Missouri. Eddie Salter of Evergreen, Alabama. Tom Stuckey of Roanoke, Virginia. Dave Watson of Nashville, Tennessee. Larry Weisham of Uvalde, Texas. And with Kyle Hicks of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and his special guest, Morgan Cotton. Stand back and hold on. Here comes our best whitetail season ever. Here comes PrimeTime Bucks Volume 3. PrimeTime Bucks Volume 3 is brought to you by Bushnell, the leader in sports optics technology. Rocky Shoes and Boots, the real deal since 1932. Maglite, the work of art that works. Gerber Legendary Blades, the worldwide leader in cutting-edge technology. Winchester Ammunition, what America shoots. Realtree, the makers of hardwoods, blend in or go hungry. Matthews, catch us if you can. API Tree Stands, America's leader in tree stand technology. Whitewater Clothing, hunting isn't just something we do, hunting is who we are. And by Hunters Specialties, for sportsmen, by sportsmen. PrimeTime Bucks 3 begins in the shadows of Virginia's Blue Ridge Mountains. HS Pro staffer Tom Stuckey grew up hunting and fishing in this mountain range. This year, Tom has been invited on a black powder hunt at the picturesque Cove Mountain Plantation. Tom has been encouraged by his preseason scouting, and when he arrives, he learns that his timing could not have been more perfect.
Man, isn't that a pretty silhouette? That old boy's rutting, isn't he? Day before season here in Virginia, Cove Mountain Plantation, near Withville, Virginia. The weather's nice and cool. There was a little bit of a frost last night. We finally got a little rain, and I'll tell you one thing, the deer are in the prime time. Peak rut is right upon us right now, so we're going to do a lot of scouting today, do a little hanging for some tree stands and get all pumped up. We're in the western part of the Blue Ridge, which is Season's open up for black powder during the rut season. Probably have one of the best black powder seasons ever available in the United States, right here in Virginia. You know, you don't see many places you can go and hunt good trophy whitetails in the east, but here at Cove Mountain Plantation, I think we found the spot just based on what we've seen already. I'm pumped. I always like to make sure that I'm sprayed down just right. I never, ever can overdo this, ever. All right. That ought to do it. Oh, I'll tell you one thing. A lot of people just use this old vest for turkey hunting, but I sure love it for deer hunting too. It really makes my life easy to keep everything organized.
Well, opening day. It is so foggy, I tell you. One thing you can't control is the weather. We got a little spike walking up over there. We don't want him, of course. We don't even want his daddy. But we definitely want his granddad. And that's what we're hunting for here. Opening day, black powder season in Virginia. Boy, I hope this fog lifts. After scouting like we did yesterday and seeing all those big bucks. Man alive. Can't stand it. Oh, there's a buck. There's a buck. I'll be daggone. Looky there. Isn't that neat? There's two bucks. Two bucks.
There's got to be a hot doe down there with them. Boy, their necks swelled up. Well, they're good, but they're just not the class of buck that I seen in here the other night. I tell you, I've got to hold off. Those are dandy bucks, both of them are. A little far too to shoot, a little bit out of range. But even at that, even if they come up here, I'm probably going to pass on them. I got to hold off for that big one that I seen in here the other night. I'm going to move the stands down lower to the food source. I think the does are feeding heavy down there. You know, when I scouted this area, the big buck activity was up higher here. But now it seems like with the does and the rut going on, the big bucks are lower and they're pushing the smaller bucks up. We're seeing a lot of smaller bucks up here right now, but it seems like the big boys are down there and chasing the does around. I'm going to move the stands down here for this afternoon, and I tell you what, it's going to be good hunting, I think. I'm excited, seen some real good activity down low, and the bucks have moved a little bit. We're going to move right with them.
It's the evening of the opening day of black powder season here in Virginia. We've moved the stands to make sure we can take the best advantage of these bucks that are rutting. We lowered them down. The wind's working perfect in our favor now. The bucks are staging right in here above us. We've got corn down here in the bottoms. The does are in here feeding, and the bucks are chasing does. This should be a great evening. It's warmed up a little bit. It's real comfortable. I'm ready for action.
Got in here earlier as we setting these stands up, and I took a rangefinder and I hit certain spots, so I got my distances down. Should be ready to go. I tell you what, I'm excited. That's a dandy right there. Big, big 10-point look like. Man, I hope he comes this way. Went over and checked those does out. There's a buck, there's a buck. There's a buck. Up there in that little clump of woods up there. Oh, he's a good one. That could be him. He's a dandy. He's making a scrape up there in that little patch of woods.
Oh, look, look. There's a buck. Here he comes. That's him. That's the buck we filmed last night. That's Granddaddy right there. Come on, big boy. Come on. Come on. All right, Tom. Patience. Get on him. I want to take him. I want to take him. coming back. He's coming back. There's the shot. I think I got it. Yeah. Granddaddy's mine. Granddaddy's mine. Yeah. That's the one I wanted. Patience paid off. Yeah. He's down. All right. Yes, 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 yes. I'll tell you what, this could be a fireman's pole. I could slide off it. I'm so excited. Get down off here. Let's go see that buck. I can't believe this. What a hunt this one's turned out to be. Man, them deer have got trails all through this stuff here. All right. Easy now. Sneak up on him. Make sure. He's not moving. He's got to be done. He's got to be done. Yeah, he's down. Look at this. Woohoo! Perfect 10-point. Look at the mass on that deer. That's him. That's Granddad. That's the one I've been looking for right there. Patience paid off. I tell you what, passed a lot of good deer, but I knew if I waited long enough, I'd get this kind of deer. What a deer. I tell you what, a perfect 10. He's got a little sticker point right here. That deer is going to score close to 160. What a nice deer. I tell you, patience really paid off with this buck. Good camouflage, primetime sense, cover sense, all the little pieces of the puzzle, moving the stands, watching the wind direction, all the little things you do. If you do them right, it does reward itself. And I'm telling you, I've got me a good Cove Mountain Plantation buck here in Virginia. It doesn't get any better than this. Yeah!
Legendary bow hunter and HS Pro staffer Bob Foulkrod has taken many trophy whitetails over the years, and each one has been a special challenge. Bob is hunting with Wells Creek Outfitters in Clayton, Illinois, which has had its share of trophy whitetails as well. Outfitter Rob McNeff has spent 2 months preparing over 100 stands for Bob and other guests. But today, threatening skies and strong winds make a typical deer stand a difficult proposition. But leave it to Bob Foulkrod to get creative and turn an abandoned barn into a ground blind.
I was telling you about that barn where we left the food plot. It's down here. We left the beans just all the way around the barn. It's an old abandoned barn. It's been there forever, and the deer don't associate that barn with any danger. And if we need to, we can set right in there, and we should have some good luck in there this week.
Oh, I'll do anything to get a chance at a big buck like that.
Hunting these whitetails, you got to be adaptable, and that's about as adaptable as you're going to get.
The only thing that combine's going to bother is just you and your mind. Those whitetail deer here in that combine all the time. This little field, he'd be out of it in 10 minutes. Put a little coon urine on their brand new boots. In fact, put that coon urine on every single time you walk in the woods. It'll cover up that rubber smell.
Hey folks, what do you think of this here? Taking advantage of this old barn for a good old ground blind. I'm hunting Clayton, Illinois with my good friend Rob McNeff from Wells Creek Outfitters. And it's raining outside and it's the end of October. Isn't this great? Soybeans all the way around this barn. Oh, we may get lucky and kill a big buck tonight.
Bob manages to see several does, but with the light fading and more nasty weather on the way, he calls it a day. After spending the entire next morning in a stand, Bob is on his way back to camp when he catches the break he needed.
We was coming out, and that draw we was hunting, those deer came in bedded early, so they got past us really. We spotted a good little buck down here. I think he's a 10-point, about 16 inches wide, right on that border, that Pope and Young class. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to go down. We got him located right behind. He's laying right next to a cedar tree. He's looking that way. Normally when a deer is looking, he lets his eyes look at everything that way, and he's using his nose and his ears for anything coming in back of him. That's our game plan. We're going to try it. Wind's starting to swirl in here. I got to get up the hill a little bit to get a different angle on him. I can just see his antlers right there. He says they're licking himself. I got a little opening. If I can get to this opening, I think I can get a shot at him. Oh, this'll work. This'll work. This'll work right here. Yards. This wind has definitely helped me. He ain't gonna stand up. Oh, yes. I think we got it lung. I sure hope so. What a stalk. Oh, man. That was neat. There goes some blood right there. That's a lot of hair right there. Blood right there, right on the bottom. Got blood here. More hair. Oh, man. I got his heart for sure. And his lung. That old frothy blood. He's tripping and falling. He should be right here. He's got to be right here someplace. Man, he went across this ditch. Where in the heck is he? Yeah! There he is. Ooh. I looked in that creek, I go, wow, where'd he go? Ooh. I want to tell you now, there's nothing like a stalk on the ground. Whoo, look at that. And they're a healthy deer too, man. Oh, look at that.
I want to tell you, don't tell me my scent elimination system ain't working on that deal. And my cameraman, Pat Reeves, man, he spotted him coming up through there. That a boy, Pat. Look at that. Oh, what a healthy deer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little stickers, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes! Oh, it's been an extremely hard hunt. The weather's hot. Look at me sweat. I mean, I've never in my life hunted weather like this except for in Texas. Trust me, this old Pro Advantage 400 rangefinder, you can't do a stalk like that. We was coming down through there. We had him located. Pat and I were kind of arguing about where he was. Pat got a tip of them antlers there, and boy, once we got zeroed in, it's just a matter of take your time, let things happen. He come over that bank, and I looked down, and I see which way the water's running. Oh, isn't he a good buck? Ah, man, I wish all you guys on that primetime video good luck.
Some parts of North America combine everything needed to produce incredible trophy whitetails. The Canadian province of Saskatchewan is one of those places. Tom Miranda is a longtime HS Pro staffer and host of his own program on ESPN, Tom Miranda's Outdoor Adventure magazine. Tom is the guest of Northway Outfitters and is hunting a camp 80 kilometers north of the Outfitters' main camp. Tom quickly learns that in this dense forest, finding the right deer sign is going to make or break the hunt.
Look at this whitetail trail coming down out of the thick brush. There's probably 50 deer using this trail. You don't see many trails like this, that's for sure. I'm up at North Camp, and there's big woods here. These deer can go anywhere they want, but there's a lot of them going right through here. And look over here at the sign, we've got a rub right there, and another rub right here, with a scrape down below it, fresh sign. Another scrape right on the trail. There is a lot of whitetail sign in a real confined area. We know that there's not only does using this trail, but there's bucks using the trail as well. And that can be real exciting when you're scouting for a place to go set up your stand.
There's a buck to the left, to the left. I don't have a shot. All I see is horns. He's a nice buck. Boy, he's a non-typical. 17, 18, or 19 points, I can't tell. He looks like a typical 5 on the right. Non-typical. Crown of 12 or so points on the left. This is my first day in the stand. Can you believe it? I'm gonna pass him up. Doggone it. What a buck.
Well, my first day in the blind was incredible. A 17-plus pointer. But you can't shoot one on the first day of the hunt, not in Canada. The snow cleared out to a beautiful harvest moon, and I had plenty to think about for tomorrow. Like, should I sit the same stand again or move? You know, most big bucks are taken the first day on any particular stand. It's probably due to human scent in the area. Spraying down with scent away each day before the hunt is crucial to success. This morning, I just had to sit the same stand that I sat yesterday. And I've got movement already. It's a doe. It's a doe. Then, just before dark, a buck. I'm going to try something here. Go to a doe call. Here he comes. He's coming right over. Switching the call to a doe bleat brought this buck within 50 yards of the blind. Exciting, but not the buck I wanted. The next morning, I sat this same stand and saw nothing. It was time for me to make a move. There's a buck. He's down. Got him. Yes. Let's go check him out. He's down. Yes, he's down. He's down. Oh, look at this buck. Came right into the grunting and rattling. Nice buck. Hunting in Saskatchewan for big whitetail bucks. There's nothing like it. You have to have patience and be out here a long time and really watch. Had this El Nino this year, it's been pretty tough hunting. But look at that buck.
From the thick Canadian forest to the rolling central plains of Kansas, Steve Puppy has arrived in Kansas right at the time when bucks have nothing but does on their mind. He quickly sets up into an observation stand and watches as one buck after another work their way alongside an old fence row. This was all the information Steve needed to put himself into the right position.
Good morning. Should be a good one too. It's about 35 degrees. I've been watching a lot of bucks chasing does. I got me a ground blind built up there where I've been watching all those bucks moving through there. Kind of looking forward to that. I got me a good breakfast this morning. Let's go whitetail hunting.
but I think he might have seen the camera a little bit. But having that decoy out just kept his attention long enough. He wanted to get over and see what that doe was all about. I got drawn on him. I hit him back a little bit farther than I wanted. I think I'll be all right. I'm gonna let him go for probably 2-3 hours. Probably head back over to the truck, grab a bite to eat or something like that. I just don't want to push him. I go out there, I'm gonna see if I can find my arrow. I heard it hit something afterwards. I'm gonna see what I can find.
Look, stuck right in the tree. Look at that.
I got blood all over it.
Stuck right in the tree.
He's standing right about here. Let's see if I can find a little blood. He jumped over the fence right over in there. There's a little right there. Just a little bit. Go over by that fence. See if I can find some over there. There's some more blood right there. See where he was running there in the dirt. I think I'll just mark it. Because of that hit being back just a little bit, I think I'm going to let him go for probably 2-3 hours. I'm just going to grab my gear, head back over to the truck and grab a sandwich, and we'll see if we can't find him. And there's my tape right there. Maybe he's laying just right down there in that draw. I didn't push him. Hopefully he didn't go too far. Just tracks here in the dirt. Falling right on this trail. There's some blood right there. There's a little more blood. I think I'm gonna mark this trail right here. Sometimes putting this out help me get a direction of which way he's traveling. When I'm all done, I'll pick it all up. There's some more blood right there. Oh, there he is. He's right there. All right. He's laying up against that log. Yes. All right. So glad I found him. Boy, I hit my rattling bag this morning, my grunt call, had that decoy out. This deer come right up that corridor just like I wanted. And I think he spotted me, but that decoy was enough to keep his attention away. I got my bow drawn, I shot, and I was back just a little bit farther than I wanted, so I stayed off him. I didn't want to push him. I went in about 2 o'clock to come in and track him, and it's 4:20 right now. But I stayed persistent. I didn't have a great blood trail, but I stayed with it, and now I guess the real work's gonna start. Yes.
Nearly every hunter who chases trophy whitetails knows the reputation of the state of Ohio. The Buckeye State is known for big deer. But those same deer have seen a lot of pressure over the years, making for a very challenging hunt. HS Pro staffer Eddie Salter has been hunting deer and turkey nearly his entire life. And while the Ohio whitetails can be challenging, Eddie is known to be one tough hunter.
What I like to do a lot of times going to the stand, we're kind of getting into more or less post-rut period here. The rut's kind of tapering off a little bit. I got a trail drag that I've already used before, so I'm gonna reuse it again. You know, you can use them over and over and over, and that's what makes them, you know, so good in my eyesight, where you got a product that you can reuse. But I'm gonna spray a little premium doe esters. I like to use that. Hopefully a buck will come along and he'll pick up the scent of this premium doe esters, and he'll follow me up. And probably 20 yards from my tree, I'll stop and I'll pull it off my boot, and I'll hang it on a limb. And hopefully we can get a buck to come in this afternoon and give us a look. We're gonna go on get in that tree and see if we can't get some excitement going this afternoon. We'll carry me up. Might get a little bit heavy this afternoon. A little wind get to blow on, this little jacket might come in good.
Man, we got a good buck working right here. It's late in the afternoon. We already got our stand hung for tomorrow morning. The reason we chose this site is it's a grassy road through here, got a lot of clover planted on it, and it breaks off to the ridge, hits this next ridge right here. And then we got a trail coming off this ridge of like 20 yards right in front of the stand that breaks into here. And I think we're gonna have a lot of traffic passing through here. It's post-rut, the rut's already over with. And this is places that I like to look for as a bow hunter, because I feel like we got a lot of traffic that'll be coming up and down through here. And what happens, these old bucks will more or less start roaming, and they liable to just roam from one end of this country to the other end, back and forth, and you'll stand a good chance of seeing one. Man, I'm waiting in the morning to get here. I can't wait. Every bow hunter should have a rangefinder. It just makes it so much easier when you get up in your stand and you can look at the trails that's coming by, and you'll know the area and know the distance that you'll be shooting. 33 yards of that trail right there. There's another trail coming down here. 21 yards. Then we got a real close trail through here, but boy, it really makes it easy when you know. Then that way, you ain't got no excuses when no big buck comes by. You know, I've been having problems with my ears. I guess I got wax in my ears. The cameraman was telling me no because my shoulder was blocking it. You know, we've been had some beautiful weather up here. I get a great opportunity, and I blow it. I guess I could have waited till he got in, but I thought we had everything coming in great. He almost went down under the hill. He knew that we could drive the truck right up there and pick him up, so he was trying to get down as close as he could. All right, let's take a look at it. He might not be no Boone Crockett, but I tell you what, he's a trophy of this old Alabama boy. Boy, he's heavy. Look at the bases of this horn. I actually thought he was an 8-point. I thought he had kickers out here. I had saw that crab leg, and but that's about the biggest 6 points you want to look at right there, just about. I tell you what, though, he's big enough to ride in Eddie Salter's truck.
Illinois is another state that is known for big bucks. But as author and noted whitetail expert Greg Miller knows, seeing big bucks and getting close to big bucks are two very different stories. Greg has recently become intrigued by big buck behavior, and much of what he has learned has come from watching big bucks react to decoys. To do this, the decoy can't smell like a decoy.
We're going to be using the decoy as a buck. You notice that I put my gloves on before I got the decoy out. He was in the back of the truck, so I'm going to spray him down. But I use my gloves to keep my hands, although they're clean. I just showered and sent away soap. I don't like to touch him with my bare hands. I like to use him as a buck because they don't attract antlerless deer. And what we found is the doe decoys attract antlerless deer, and the longer they're around, then they don't want to leave, and they figure out eventually that something's wrong, that this is not a real deer, and they blow the whistle on your setup. But buck decoys do attract hot does, estrus does, which is exactly what we want. So that's the reason we're using a buck decoy. It's peak of the rut right now, second week in November here in Illinois. Now, after I'm all done putting this thing together, I'm not going to take any chances on there being some possible human odor contamination on the decoy. So I like to spray it down. I'll give it a liberal dose of Scent-Away spray. Everything that I touched, everything this decoy touched in my truck will get a liberal dose of Scent-Away spray. One more thing, one more very important thing. When I get to my stand, I will set this thing up, and then I will use some dominant buck urine around the decoy. I no longer spray my decoys because there are times when I want to leave my decoy out near my stand site, and I don't want the deer finding it after I've left. So I no longer put the scent right on the decoy. I spray it on the ground under him like he urinated on the ground. And that's about all there is to it for keeping your decoy clean, odor-free, and for using the proper scent application once you get to your stand site. Let's go hunting. Good afternoon from lovely Illinois. This is one of those things that you pray doesn't happen when you're on a trophy whitetail hunt. We snuck into this stand site. We've got a great decoy set up here. And we snuck in. Just about to go up into the tree stand. Put the decoy out and go up into the tree stand. And a guy starts a chainsaw about 100 yards from us and starts cutting wood. We're going to hope for the best, but what the point I'm trying to make is these hunts don't always go as planned. And as you can hear, he's making plenty of noise. We're just going to sit tight and hope for the best and hope that we get a couple hours out of this afternoon hunt anyway. We'll keep you posted. The guy's over there walking back and forth. I can see him. He's got his tractor down there. It took us 15 minutes to walk at a good steady clip to get in here. He's got his tractor in here. Hey, we could have got a ride. Well, it's what do you do? At least he's not doing his laundry. Trophy Illinois bow hunting, trophy whitetails. Gotta have a dozer. Dozer and a chainsaw, excuse me. Hopefully, he's got almost a full load now and he's gonna get out of here. So you can can see by the sun it's late afternoon. Late afternoon. That always works well with trophy whitetails. Just gonna sit tight, like I said, and hope for the best.
That always makes for a quality hunt. Somebody's sighting in their gun, just a little ways from your stand sight. At prime time.
The next morning on the walk-in, Greg sees the buck he wants. Unfortunately, the buck's waiting for Greg directly under his stand. Greg uses his bow to break up his outline so as not to spook the buck into the next county.
Comes a deer. There's a deer walking right along that fence line. It's a buck. It's a buck. He's gonna come right through that gap in the fence. Right there. He stopped. He's got an antler broke off. His right antler is gone. Big-bodied man, he's all bristled up. Every one of his points is busted off. Every single one. His brow tine is busted on the left side. His beam is going on the right side. Rob urinating. I think this boy's gonna knock the decoy over. He's a bruiser. A fighter. He doesn't know what he should do. Might turn and come at it from the side. Look how much bigger that deer is than the decoy, body-wise. Take a little whiff. I'm gonna let him go. Man, that was a classic big buck decoy interaction. That's the way that more mature whitetails normally approach the decoy. Come right to the head end, circle, do all that displaying. Try and intimidate the decoy. That was classic big buck decoy interaction. Not that circling, leery stuff that immature bucks do, then stand off 50 yards. He did just what we expect him to do. He came right around to the front of the decoy, postured, rub urinated,
and scraped. He tried to do the snort wheeze a couple times, but he didn't just couldn't get it out. He just, again, wasn't quite what we were looking for. If he'd had both antlers and not been busted up, I think that deer would be going home to Wisconsin.
Whitetail bucks take dominance very seriously. Even though these two bruisers have been flooded from their bedding areas, they're still very serious about who is the more dominant. These two bucks were so intent on pushing each other back and forth, they never even noticed our camera in the back of a diesel pickup sneak up on them twice. As the two larger bucks push on each other, the smaller bucks use the opportunity to approach a few spectating does. To give you an idea of how serious these two are, watch the dirt fly. This battle lasted for more than 15 minutes before the larger buck began to run out of gas. The smaller buck took advantage of the situation to gain some ground. But as in any type of battle, an experienced warrior always keeps a few moves up his sleeve, and in an instant, the smaller buck is gone. HS Pro staffer Alex Rutledge has made rawhide camps in northeast Kansas one of his favorite stopping points during the hunting season. Alex already knows that rawhide camps hold some bruiser whitetails, and he thinks he's got a lock on right where to find them.
Look at it. It's pouring down rain. Here we are. We're back hunting with rawhide camp with John Wetstein and his family. We had an excellent hunt here last year. I shot a nice 10-pointer. I was over here 3 weeks ago with Eddie Salter, a good buddy of mine from Alabama. We found some good sign over here. And the area that's really sticking in my mind is a bean field over here where I found some humongous rubs. And we're supposed to meet John over here by the bridge, by the bean fields. And I'm hoping he will let me hang a stand over there by them bean fields. This has been in my mind for over a couple of weeks. Hey, John.
Hey, Rutledge, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, what is this stuff, man?
Got a nice front in here, didn't we?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you, man.
You bet.
We had some hot weather last week, and cold weather came in and brought the rain with it.
I bet them bucks are moving good now,
They're
aren't
moving good, yeah.
Hey, when we was over 3 weeks ago, you remember that little pocket over there? There's two bean fields over there.
Yeah.
Okay, I found a big rub over there, and I kind of took a liking to that spot. What's the chance of me getting to hunt that?
We're going to get you in there. It's looking good. I was over there and just, went up to the edge of it, and he's busted out some more rubs and scrapes.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's what we're looking for.
If we can get the wind right for that area, we're going to have you right in there.
We ready to go in and hang stands?
Yeah, we'll get in there and
Let's
get your
do it,
stand
man.
hung so you can hunt later. You bet.
Man, is it muddy. It's been raining off and on, and the cool weather's just now moving in. These deer ought to be moving like crazy. Over here about a quarter of a mile away from me is that bean field. We was out here scouting about 3 weeks ago. I found some excellent aggressive sign over there, big rubs, a lot of scrapes. I feel real good about this spot over here, man, because there's too much big sign. I still got quite a walk ahead of me, so I'm headed over that way. I need to get this tree out of the way in case he does get by me.
Therefore, I'll have an open shot right here. Now I'll have a good open shot if he gets by me over there. We're in our stand now, and from over here 3 weeks ago when we was scouting, I found some big rubs over there. We come here and hung these stands here 2 days ago. There's all kinds of scrapes down through here, and a lot more new rubs, great big rubs. It's gonna be good. There's a buck. There's a buck right over there. He's coming in the field over there. That's him. That's that big one. That's him. He's looking for us. He heard us. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming down the edge of that field. Oh my gosh. He's coming right into the corner now. He's going over. Look at him. He's working that scrape over and hooking them trees with his horns. Oh my gosh. Meh. Scrapes like I thought they would. Oh, I can't hardly speak. He comes that grunt call. He couldn't take it. I'm a little bit nervous. The reason I'm a little bit nervous because I hit the deer a little bit too far back. But he's bad hurt, as you can see. He's gonna bed up. He ain't gonna make it up this hill. So what we're gonna do is he's out of here and not come back until in the morning or later tonight to get him. You get a situation like this, you shoot a deer too far back. This is what you need to do. We'll get him. That's a heck of a climb up out of there.
Yeah, that's a good
He
hole.
can't be far, you know, it's been, well, yesterday evening until now, it's about 18 hours.
Surely he bedded down up in here somewhere. There's a nice rub right there.
Boy,
Look
it
at
is
that.
a good rub.
He's been working the top of this ridge.
That's probably him been doing that too.
I'd say.
Look how high he hit that.
He did. He got way up in there. Looky there, Alex. There he is.
My gosh. Look at that buck.
He's a good buck, ain't he?
Hold my bow, man. That's him, buddy. He's a 10-pointer.
And that's a good one.
Yep. What was he, about 16, 17 inches wide?
I'd say he's close to 17. 10
Long
inch.
G2s.
Yeah, his G3s, look how long they are. This one here is about 10 inches also. That was a little shorter. Yeah. He's a good buck. Good buck.
Awesome, man. Look at that body on him. He's got a big old body.
Yeah. You got your tag with you?
Yeah. It's time to tag him.
Yep, we better get him tagged.
Whoever thought we'd find him after 18 hours?
Well,
of course we did. That's how we found him.
That's why you gotta spend some time on something like that and get in there and look for him for a while. Get it out here. We got this little Gerber here. Ready?
At the same time, Eddie Salter was also hunting the woods at Rawhide camps. Eddie was able to get some assistance from Alex and outfitter John Wetstein. But like any other hunter, Eddie still wanted to take the time to scout on his own.
This is one thing I like about scouting. We're gonna be hunting for 9 days up here at Rawhide Camp, and I'm gonna probably spend the first 2 days scouting and really looking and seeing if I can't find the spots that I really feel more comfortable with. And this is exactly what I'm looking for right here. I've already chose a stand site back up here, and the reason I chose it was these deer funneling up and down the edge of these fields, and they feel real secure as they move back and forth in this woods, and they'll use it for staging areas right before dark. Then they'll ease on out in the soybean field. So maybe we'll get a chance to get a look at this old boy right here that's doing all this. Well, this is looking good right here. Well, that old buck's, he's just been slipping all up this edge. He's hooking. Looks like every tree here. That looks good. You take your premium doe after this. I like to make it puddle up down there, and that'll sit there for 2 or 3 days. I like to use these limb lights right here. Take them and put them on a wick. And it makes it nice when you come into your stand in the morning time because it's got reflecting tape. I'm not gonna put any lure on it. I like to use 2 drops of Preem. I'm gonna wait till early in the morning and I'm gonna come in here. But this right here may be get him all fired up, and they'll come in here sometimes and just tear up the world when you put it in there. So the next one I'm gonna set up, I'm gonna go on that next ridge and I'm gonna put some dominant buck urine in it and try to make that old buck think another buck's coming in and trying to take over his little territory here. And that's been working real good for me.
After getting everything all set, Eddie returned to his scent corridor the next day. His first visitor to that stand wasn't what he was expecting.
Stand out here, anything's liable to come up on you. It was real neat being able to watch that cat come in here. The big bobcat is after them birds. I'm glad he decided to move on. Sometimes them old deer get to blowing and cutting up and having a fit around them old cats like that. Get that by the time some old bucks start moving down. Maybe one of them will come to. Let us take a look at it.
Well, John, I don't think it, I got a good solid hit on that deer. It might have been a little high. We looked up here in the woods and we never could find no blood at it. But the deer, I could see the deer easing along the edge of the soybean patch from the stand. And so I felt like he's on down and maybe, is it a creek or something on down in that way?
Yeah, the creek runs up, cuts back up here.
Yeah.
So we can work down that way. Three of us get in there and kind of stay close enough, so we can comb it good.
Yeah.
We'll just comb the area.
Yeah.
So.
It's nothing like having a good blood trail, but when you don't, you really need to stay together and really comb the area good. And well, it looks like we got our work cut out for us.
I think we just comb it right up through this draw here, back down around the edge of that creek.
Okay. What you want to do? Spread it out by them 15 foot apart?
Yeah, spread out and comb it up.
All right. Man, can you believe the size of this scrape? Goes back to scouting again. I didn't scout this area out good enough the other day. You need to spend more time scouting than you do hunting. Man, I'd love to have a stand up around here somewhere. That's a heck of a scrape. All right. Thank you, Laura. Has he got a double bright time? Got a split on it. That's him, man. Yeah, I knew he had some good briar times. Man. Man, appreciate you having me up here.
There you go. Congratulations.
All right, he's a trophy in my book. Coming from Alabama, we don't get opportunity to see old big deer. Of course, you told me I'd shoot the first 125 that come by me, and I, I had to kind of keep that word up. But man, he's a fine deer. It was exciting being able to grunt and rattle that deer up, man. He was leaving me, and I hit that rattle bag and that grunt, and he broke and come in there. We had a heck of an afternoon. We had deer all over, so I tell you, it couldn't have been no better.
The farmland region of Mississippi is known for beautiful southern plantations and plenty of deer. It's also where you'll find HS Pro staffer and country music artist Kyle Hicks. Kyle has always enjoyed making new friends during the hunting season. His newest hunting partner is 14-year-old Morgan Cotton. Kyle met Morgan at the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. When the two first met, Morgan was battling cancer. Today, the cancer is in remission, and Morgan is anxious to become a whitetail hunter. Kyle is more than happy to be her teacher. When they first arrive at deer camp, Morgan is inspired by the size of the trophies mounted on the wall. Most deer camps are surrounded by stories, and this one is no exception. Morgan is fascinated by this deer skull, which included a very unusual twist.
Deer was in a fight with another buck and obviously lost. You can see where his tine was jammed in through the roof of his mouth and broken off. The deer was still alive and obviously hurt. Continued on, and the hunter finally decided he'd take him.
Because normally that wouldn't be a shooter.
I didn't know it was this deep in his skull when I assumed it might be the length of your finger, but it was a surprise to see it so far in.
Penetrated his brain.
Yeah.
Did you hear the weather report?
No, sir.
This morning it said it was supposed to go clear and it'll just stay clear because they said it'll be cloudy, but they'll evaporate. That's what it said.
So it'll hopefully clear this afternoon.
Yes, sir. That's what I understood.
Yeah.
And now there's your stand, Morgan.
Ooh, wee.
Look at that rub on that tree right there, Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
On both those trees.
Yeah. this evening we got bluebird skies.
And we're here to get them.
A nice breeze.
Let them go for that one night.
Yeah, what happened yesterday?
Let that 8-point walk by me.
Let him go.
He better not come out
You were
tonight.
being a sportswoman.
That's right.
But this evening,
He better say his
We're
prayers if he's walking out.
this is your last hunt here at Beechwood Plantation, and we are going to shoot something this evening.
Sure are. Got that gut feeling.
I'll guarantee it. You know, the sun's finally coming out. Yeah. Warm things up a little bit. Dry it out some.
He'll be shining his coat off. Not for long. Big push comes to shove. We got does. Oh, looks like a big mistake I made last night. Oh. That's not a bad little spike there. Oh, perfect, baby. What, y'all?
You got him.
Yeah.
You got him. Put it back on safety.
Oh my God.
You got him. Give me 5. You did good. Your hand's shaking.
You see him?
Come on, Marlon. Come right
see
over
the
here.
deer?
Yeah. Look. Right here. Come on.
Yeah, see. Don't
There
make
he
sure
is.
he's dead. Just point the
There's your
right
buck. You got him.
Not bad.
Oh, got on his bike.
Good. God,
Boy,
look at
that gun did
blood.
the number on him, huh? Give him a big cheese
Oh, yeah.
grin.
Got him.
Good job, baby. Good job.
Who's gonna be the lucky one to pull it out?
Huh? I guess it'll be me. I don't mind at all. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
You did excellent.
Sure did.
Excellent. Well,
great.
everybody gets to see what you let walk
Yeah.
yesterday. This is the last evening of your hunt. You killed you a buck. And
That's
you
right.
had a chance to kill a pretty daggone fine one yesterday. I mean, a
Pretty
fine
good
one.
look back.
But you did you did good. You let him go, and that buck next year will be even better.
Kyle Hicks isn't the only musician within the HS family. Pro staffer Dave Watson has played a little music over the years as well. Most recently, Dave was a member of the Oak Ridge Boys Band. Dave is now the host of Bushnell's Secrets of the Hunt, which airs weekly on the Nashville Network. Dave is as enthusiastic about his hunting as he is about his music. Dave's busy hunting schedule took him to a recent outing in Texas, where the whitetail hunting opportunities are endless.
This evening we're going to go to a ground blind. My partner Frank Davis scouted this area. Yeah. Said there's lots of activity here. Sure the possibility of getting a good buck.
Well, that's why I'm here.
That's why we're both here.
Let's go. Thank you, Dean. Appreciate it. You gonna be back after dark? Okay, see about 7 or so. Okay, here's a secret in the art of concealment. Even though we're hunting in a ground blind today, and we've got excellent cover in front of us, cover behind us, I'm still gonna wear my camouflage headgear and my camouflage gloves. The reason for that is you want to mask any skin tones. You want it to appear to be a branch or a leaf, not a human with a hunting license. You can see that it's not Thanksgiving quite yet. Cluck, cluck. losing all those turkey. Look at the turkey. It's unbelievable the number of turkey they have here. It makes sitting in the stand a lot easier when you can watch wildlife like this constantly. Chance we got is him coming out right up here, so let's just be ready. Just be ready, man. Nice deer. I'll tell you what, that buck came out and was standing right there at that gray tree. He was just to our right in here at about 20 yards, and there's just nothing we could do. Had to wait for him to get in front of the camera. Let's go see what we got. Far with a hit like that. There he is right there. Woo! Let's get Mr. Ruger safe here. Oh, wow. Look at this deer, folks. Oh, let me pull him out here where you can see a little better because we're running out of light quick. Oh, now that's a heavy Texas deer right there. Wow, look at this buck. Man, he's forking right here at the brow tines. This is an absolutely wonderful deer. And he sure didn't give us much time, as those big boys often do. They just step out at last light. Took the shot, and he headed for the thick brush. But we got him, and we're going to take him home. Good news for me. Good news for the Double D Ranch. Bad news for my wife, because I'm going to have to call the taxidermist first thing when I get home. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this trip as much as we did to Texas.
Not far from Dave Watson's hunt, Bob Foulkrod is looking for a Texas trophy of his own. While scouting, Bob gets non-stop entertainment from a never-ending variety of local wildlife. But just because all this wildlife is in the same place doesn't mean they all get along.
That's a big track there. Coming out of that thicket. I like the area. Jeff normally does a lot of homework for us, so, and it's that time of year when anything can happen at any time. It's just a matter of letting it happen. I'm excited about it. That buck's been chasing. He's got mud all over him. Look at that. Well, you get a good idea how cold it is. Look at the steam coming out off of him. Oh, he's gonna go over there to that other buck and spar. This will be fun. must have been those bucks that was firing. I couldn't see in there, but I could hear them. Oh man, look at that hawk. He just scared that buck away. Yeah. I've had a lot of things scare a buck away, but I never had a hawk scare a darn buck away.
Although Bob sees many nice bucks, none come within bow range. To help improve his chances, Bob reverts to a tactic taught to him by his father back in Pennsylvania.
This must be the spot right here. It's right next to the creek. Said he's been seeing a little bit of everything come out here. Got some deer coming out. The creek is right here. They come right up, and it must be they run. I know I just walked past a scrape down there. Scrapes all up and down this road. Boy, it's a long ways down through there, though. Got a deer in back of me. That's a little buck. I can remember the days when he'd have been in trouble back in Pennsylvania. I said most of them's gonna come this way. I like these live decoys though. Any deer all the way down through there is gonna come out and see that deer standing there. Oh, there's a buck right there. That's an 8 point. You see? That's a pretty 8 too. Ooh, 191 yards. He's down there a long ways. Let's see if I can remember what I was taught here. Wait for the right angle. That's the same as bow hunting, you know, wait for the right angle. I think this is a little different though. I got a safety here. I don't have that on my bow. I just gotta let him turn broadside. Same thing as a bow, always wait for the good shot. Deer's sitting there relaxed, got lots of time. Lots of time. Here, oh, here it goes, here it goes. There he goes. Come on, Big Betty. Give me the shot. Surprise. That's from my dad, Ed Foulkrod. About 1974 or something like that, I started a bow hunting camp and just never wanted to get anything started, and I missed a lot of golden opportunities with my dad. I'm used to a blood trail like that with my Titan. Look at that. Right there he is. I stay on the blood though, see if I can follow him. He was definitely bleeding all the way. 190 some yards. Not too bad. Look at that. He looks big in the old viewfinder, doesn't he? He's nice and wide. Nice 8 point. Boy, he's running. You can smell them old hawks. That's from my dad right there. He says, I got my hunting partner back. That's good. And yeah, I don't know, we just got the urge to
a lot of the guys in there rifle hunting. We just got the urge to go out and shoot one with a rifle. It's been a long time. I've lost a lot of cherishable years hunting with my dad, not being able to hunt with him because I've been bow hunting so hard, but I guess I've shot so much with a bow and don't have anything to prove anymore. I'm going to go do a little bit more of it. Not a lot, but a little bit. Get out there with Larry Weissum and Jerry Martin, especially my dad. His last years, I want to make sure I get in some quality hunting time with him, and this is what he's hunting with, so I'm going to do a little bit of it. I'm going to mount that up and put that in his home. Tell him that's his. That's just for him, right there. That's from my dad.
North of the border in the Canadian province of Alberta, HS Pro staffer and noted whitetail expert Larry Weissum has the opportunity to hunt with Ron Nimacek of North River Outfitting. Ron surveys the land by air, then tells Larry what to expect.
Our average body sizes on deer that we've been getting have been running in the, I think, average is a 290 to 310 pounds live weight. We take some over 350 and we get some that are smaller. But generally speaking, most of the deer in these areas are quite large-bodied deer. The further north you go from the farmland up into the bigger bushed areas, we're even finding the body weights and sizes of the deer are larger, just probably because of the more severe weather conditions in the winter.
Larry has grown to admire tall timber, and Alberta has plenty of it.
What a day to be deer hunting. Got in here yesterday and the weather had not really turned. It was still plenty warm. When you come to Alberta, you expect to have this kind of weather where there's a lot of snow. Got some deer here feeding in these fields. Perfect setup. This cold front has just moved through. We're getting a lot of snow. Animals are going to be a little bit easier to see. And this really ought to kick off the rut that we've been waiting on. These bucks are ready. This ought to bring the does on. That'll be coming in some of these green fields, such as we're hunting and such as we're going to be setting up on. Got rubs and scrapes all the way around this thing. We'll see what happens. It's often been said whitetail deer are an animal to edge, and they really are. They like to move along the edge of these corridors, kind of walk in here and look and peer around to see what's out in the field such as this. It's an ideal place to use any kind of scent that you're going to use. This morning we're set up, we've got a wind that's kind of blowing from this way, going out into the field. We've got a stand set up over here just a little way. So what I'm going to do this morning, we're still early in the rut. We're going to use a little bit of 2-drop Supreme in the scent wick. We'll set it up. This is going to carry that scent right back over that way, and it'll be a little bit of dispersion this way, and it may make an animal come out to check. And if he's not walking that edge, if he is, he's walking that edge, he may stop right here and smell of it to see just exactly what it is. Now, just before using this, I've sprayed my hands down real good with scent away to keep as much scent off of myself as I can. If you'll set up these things right along the edge, it's going to make that buck come to the edge. Just like I said, he's going to walk this way. And if you can just give him to stop long enough to where he stops and looks and raises up his nose and smells a little bit, that may give you that one chance that you need to take that deer. Set up another one down here, down the way a little bit. When I was a kid growing up, my dad was always really big on using tarsal glands that came off of other deer. Fortunately, so many places where you hunt, you only get a chance to shoot one deer. Tarsal glands such as this are ideal. You can find them, but these scent wicks, along with this tarsal Supreme, work just as well, and you can get these a whole lot easier than you can these right here. One of my favorite ways of hunting up in this part of Alberta where you got these fields, you also got a lot of brush lines, kind of like old fence lines. They're ideal to kind of ease along real slow, poke out, give a grunt or two. Sometimes you may have a deer real close to you, and if you give him a grunt, if he's just down the brush line, he may step out on you. Usually this time of the year, these bucks are really chasing hard, and they've just started
good time to rattle is right before all that happens. This morning we're not going to try to do any rattling because what we understand from the people that are hunting with us, we're seeing a lot of bucks really chasing does. So better sometimes just to leave those rattling horns at home during that time frame. Carry your grunt call. Again, those deer respond real well to a grunt. And a lot of times you can just get their attention. Those little bucks, they're expecting another buck to be around those does. And what we're really doing here is we're hunting does. We're trying to find concentration of does. And we found those does this time of year. There's going to be a big buck that shows up there pretty quick. Especially, like I said, right now, these does just now starting to come in the heat. So use that grunt call and leave those rattling horns at home for just a little bit. Boy, this cover is going to work just perfect. I think I can stay right behind this all the way down the end. The wind is just perfect. It's coming right straight toward us. Should be able to get right there just fine. Oh, there she comes. There's the doe. There's the doe. There's the doe. That buck's got to be pretty close by. He's got to be pretty close by. There he is. There he is. He's coming. Got him. He's down. He's down. He's down. He's down. Man, what a big old body deer. These Alberta bucks are just amazing. He is down for the count, too. Ho, 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 ho. What a huge bodied deer. I tell you what, you come to Alberta for big deer. You come with Ron Nemechek, you find big deer. You go with the right guides, I tell you what, they'll help you find some big deer. These guys did a lot of scouting. They know where these bucks are. Like I said earlier, we're hunting does because these bucks are really coming into where these does are right now in these food areas. When you see a big old buck, this buck just kind of caught us flat-footed. He was chasing does. We really didn't expect to find him quite as quickly as what we did. Really didn't even know how big he was, to be honest with you. And he came across, there was a doe came across, and right behind him, just a few seconds later, came this old buck. Big old bucks give you about 5 seconds in which to see them, evaluate them, estimate the distance, and make the shot. They're never going to give you much of a time at all beyond that. 5 seconds is a whole lot quicker. He just told me to tell you about that. But this is the kind of deer you come to Alberta for. He's got good mass, carries his tail length real well. I mean, mass in the tail length. He's got a huge, huge neck. I bet that neck is close to 30 inches and just as pretty a cape as any I've ever seen on a deer. But just look at the body size. I mean, these old deer really need the body size to make the cold winters, and boy, do they ever put on the bodies up here. This is what it's all about, Alberta hunting up here with Ron Nemechek's North River Outfitters. It doesn't get any better. Old cliche, but true. What a deer.
To Midwestern deer hunters, an Iowa deer tag is a prized possession, and for good reason. Steve Puppy is going to make sure his tag doesn't go to waste. He's been scouting this ground since mid-July and has seen plenty of evidence of big buck activity. Now, in the first week of November, it's time to put 4 months of scouting to the test. Steve had 3 stands in place well before he started hunting. When he felt the time was right, he hit the woods.
To go in really quiet. Got my trail marked here that's gonna go to my stand. Got my limb lights out. The wind's blowing in my face. And when I'm using a decoy and going through a field, I usually don't want to try to enter that field. You don't have to cross it from a long distance. So this goes up, leads right to my stand. I'll go to my stand, put my decoy out. Everything should be perfect.
decoy in place here. Deer comes in. Got the wind blowing perfect in my face between me and the decoy. He's gonna probably circle and come on the downwind side. Put him right in front of my stand. Spray him down a little scent-away spray here, right quick. Okay. Last thing I want to do, I don't want to be out way too early. You know, just before daylight, I want to get out because it could mess you up. I'm gonna put a little dominant buck urine on the ground here, so when he does circle downwind, he's gonna actually think it's a real deer. All right, this should be perfect.
Steve is in another stand. When this buck arrived, it was still well before legal shooting hours. All Steve could do was try to keep the buck in the area for a few minutes longer.
Oh man, here comes another big buck. He's running across that green field there. He's went down in that brush. Maybe if I hit him with a rattle bag, I can bring him over. Oh, look up. See him kind of trotting around down in there. Wonder which one's them is the dominant buck. Probably that first one. He's big bodied. I'm gonna hit him with the rattle bag here. Checking out for something. And here he comes. He's coming over. He's coming over. Look at him. Look at this steam coming out of his nose as he's running. Stay calm. He's a good deer. Stopping up those horns on that branch there. He's behind this tree. I'm going to draw. He's behind a brush. Ready? Look, he's falling down right there. He's gonna go down. Yes! Yes! Oh my God! Yes! I just got me a whopper. Oh, yes! I can't believe it, man. Talk about an incredible morning. Put this decoy out. Oh, my heart is just racing. I gotta take a minute and settle down. Had a buck come in. It's too dark and we couldn't get the camera turned on, couldn't get no light. Come right to the decoy. Man, then another one come in, and we saw another big buck come over and walking around. And he finally worked his way over, he bumped the decoy. And I got a shot at him. Yes, my arrow's laying right there, and the buck's laying right there, and it's nothing better than seeing him fall down right within inside of your deer stand. Yes! I love it. I'm gonna have to take about 5 minutes here so I don't fall out of my tree stand. That's a good buck. Whew. Man, I'll tell you what, 5 days of hunting, all it takes is the right minute. It all come together this morning. We've seen some great deer here.
Just couldn't get a shot, and today we finally did it. Oh my gosh. What a great buck. My God. I mean, I don't even know what to say this morning. It just come together. Did everything perfect, man. I mean, he was right there. Turned a little bit quartering to me, but I stayed focused. I didn't even pay any attention to the horns. Picked a spot, and I put it right where I had to. What a great, great deer.
Run over that bad leg, will you? Just be like a log underneath your wheel. All right, now how the heck do I get out of here? Help! Green briars!
Got it. Hiya!
It's about this time we're going to see a monster buck walk out here.
Take 25. Hi, Mom. Oh. One little tip. Okay.
Get serious. Well, how can you get serious when you got a guy shooting a 30 at 60, 100 yards long?
I think my doe estrus is working real well today.
Is he coming this way?
Hello, Ken. Make up. Have another cup of coffee, huh?